outcome.
Steelers, Falcons, tonight at 7:30 on News 12.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Prayers and purple for Allison Lilly. Our Audrey Dickerber is standing by live to tell us about how classmates are supporting that crash victim as she continues her road to recovery.
Tonight, a small town in Aiken County shocked after a teacher lost her life in a really unusual way. Now we're hearing from businesses that were just feet away from where this happened yesterday afternoon.
Oh, it looked like a war zone. It was bad. I mean, they had the entire main street was blocked off.
31-year-old Janelle Robinson taught social studies at Wagner Sally High School. The school's principal saying she loved teaching. She loved teaching in Wagner.
She died after an 18-wheeler hit power lines, sending a power pole crashing down onto Main Street. Our Sydney Hood shows us how that tragedy is impacting this tight-knit community.
It's a completely different scene out here in Wagner compared to 24 hours ago. The power lines and the poles are all gone, but nothing will make the scar forever left with this community go away. It's quiet in this town. You see the occasional car drive by, hear the sounds from the tire shop on the corner, or maybe you smell the food cooking in the local bakery.
Yeah, it's a quiet little town. Down here, you know everybody. I know everybody who walks the street.
Not long ago, it was anything but quiet here.
A lady across the street from the carousel actually called me and told me that there had been a truck that hooked a wire and was tearing the telephone poles down. In fact, she told me the one on my corner was gone.
And landed inside his shop.
Yeah, around the side where you see the wood up, yeah, it come right through there.
Very unusual here.
Our town is way too small for stuff like this to happen. I cross that street, every other day at least. I go to the bank. We always cross that little street and go straight across.
A small town working with a big shock.
I was just sick to my stomach. Like, I just couldn't believe that we had seen that. And it just makes it worse, knowing that it could have been, life is so unpromised. It really could have been any of us.
Now they are just grateful to be alive and working.
But we're outside hands-on. I have a lot of people stand around and talk. You've seen that. And it's a good possibility a couple of them would have been hurt. But the good Lord was looking out for us.
And now the people here are looking out for each other. In Wagner, Sydney Hood, on your side.
And the autopsy for Robinson was set for today.
Meanwhile, staff and students continue to mourn with after-school activities canceled, including an open house and tomorrow's football game.
To weather now, where we could see record high temperatures tomorrow, but we do have a chance for showers, which may provide us some relief, Riley.
Yeah, guys, we are keeping an eye on those record highs heading our way in just about 10 minutes.
Instead of racing to the track, the Greenbrier girls cross country team is gathering at a hospital to support their injured teammate, 15-year-old Allison Lilly. 2 hours ago, her mother, Monica, told us Allison is on a ventilator. AU Health says she's in critical condition. Her sister, Bethany, also hurt in the wreck, has a fractured rib. In a statement, she also said right now we have her entire girls cross-country team at the hospital doing a Bible study and praying for her. We're praying for God to perform a miracle. While the team is not taking part in tonight's race, other teams are showing their support. Our Audrey Dickerber joins us live from Diamond Lakes Park. So what have you seen out there, Audrey?
Instead of racing this evening, the Greenbrier cross country team is at the hospital right now, hosting a Bible study, praying for her to wake up. Now, the school wore purple today in honor of Allison. Her mom said she is currently stable and that the girls cross country team is at the hospital praying for her. Her mom says that they are praying for her to wake up and be a miracle. She says they want the community to pray for her as well.
When stuff like this, when we have these events, we come up, we shake each other's hand, we slap each other on the back, we cheer each other's teams on. It's just, we're always looking for the best out of all the athletes and not just from just our athletes. And I think if you lined up all the coaches that are here today, they would tell you the exact same thing. It's just who we are.
He says that at the award ceremony, they will host a moment of silence for Allison and that you may even see some racers wearing green ribbons in honor of her. And her sister is currently recovering and doing better, but has a fractured rib.
And we know that family is feeling all that love and support. Audrey, thanks for the update there. Well, after a nail-biting recount, Teddy Milner wins the runoff for Aiken mayor. As Nick Vealer reports, this is one for the history books when she becomes Aiken's first female mayor.
And Dave Wading County
watching closely. A 3-hour process from start to finish after seeing unofficial results since Tuesday night. Now, it's official. Teddy Milner will be Aiken's next mayor.
Phew, glad that's done.
An election of the slimmest of margins, both candidates separated by 14 votes.
14 is my new lucky number, for sure. 14 people made the difference, and that's how good was the split.
Current Mayor Rick Osmond saying in a statement, the two of them spoke after the recount, and Osmond will work for a smooth transition, saying, quote, I am pulling for her success and continued success of Aiken. Now, Milner says this is how she's getting ready to become the next mayor.
Learn, learn, learn. Listen, listen, listen.
She says that she's started doing that already and has ideas of what she wants to start looking into.
Clean water for the city, for the citizens. I've been hearing that over and over again. And a new floor at Smith Hazel basketball court.
She ran to become a more transparent leader. Her campaign manager says that they're building a list of what to implement first.
Eliminating behind-the-scenes meetings, keeping the public informed on what was going on. That's the biggest thing.
Sounds like transparency is what he's talking about there. Mayor-elect Teddy Milner tells us her first day as mayor will be coming up November 27th.
New at 6 o'clock after families wrote into our I-team asking about the condition of their water in some of the homes on Post. Officials from Fort Gordon are responding. Fort Gordon says Augusta's utility department flushed water lines at Gordon Terrace. This caused water lines to show discolored water. Fort Gordon said the usual notification was sent out after the maintenance. Augusta Utility Department conducted testing in 2 locations confirming Gordon Terrace's water is safe for drinking.
Well, it's a football face-off in South Carolina. Later in the show, our sports director joins us live as Barnwell High School looks to take on Blackville tonight.
Plus, our I-team is digging deeper into spending allegations against Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams. What they found relating to a $40,000 credit card and $200,000 in other spending.
And we are looking to potentially tie or even break some record high temperatures over the next couple of afternoons. We'll have that full forecast just after the break. For those storms once again the next week.
Hopefully we'll get some rain out of all this. Riley, thanks. News 12 first raised questions about Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams' credit card spending more than a year ago. Now the I-team has documents from the GBI's preliminary inquiry.
And as the GBI confirms it is looking into the sheriff's travel expenses, the I-team's digging deeper too. Our I-team's Will Rio found the sheriff, Alfonso Williams, broke Georgia code.
That's because the money he used to pay for his expenses and travel wasn't his to spend. Now we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars that came from taxpayers, and not just those in Burke County. These 2 stacks of paper, audits completed by an independent accounting firm, Lanier, Deal & Proctor. County commissioners called for the audit after questions surfaced about Sheriff Williams' spending. But what the I-team uncovered goes back well before this audit was ever requested.
Back in the summer of 2021, the Burke County Sheriff's Office was going back and forth with county commissioners. The sheriff wanted full control over his budget. The sheriff told his command staff he gained full control of their budget and finances, but the I-team requested documents from that meeting. The minutes tell us nothing was agreed upon. Chairman Kelly stated they would take the matter under advisement and no action was taken. Later that month, on August 19th, 2021, Sheriff Williams received a $50,000 federal grant from the Waynesboro Housing Authority. The money was to be used to provide certified law enforcement officers and deputies to cover security at public housing areas. According to the audit, the county was never told about the grant. It should have been disclosed because the $50,000 is public money. The guide for Georgia County says the county commission approves the budget for the sheriff's office. If the sheriff's office gets a grant after the budget is approved, the budget is amended to add in grant money. The county audit says that never happened. What did happen 11 days later, according to IRS records, Sheriff Williams went to the IRS to apply for an EIN number, or an employer identification number. According to the IRS's website, an EIN number is a tax identification number for businesses. Sheriff Williams tells the federal government he is a separate entity from the county, even using the county's name in the application. This allows Sheriff Williams to collect taxes on behalf of his employees. The next month, Sheriff Williams opens a bank account with a $50,000 grant and receives a county credit card at First National Bank. Sheriff Williams states in the audit he does this in anticipation of handling the funds that he says are his. This goes against Georgia code. According to OCGA 368024, an elected official of the county shall be prohibited from the use of a government purchasing card or a government credit card unless purchases are in accordance with guidelines adopted by the county. Sheriff Williams is supposed to fill out this credit card agreement form that sets guidelines and purchasing procedures. The commission says that was never done, and the sheriff never notified the county he opened an account and credit card or about the $50,000 grant. The very next month, Sheriff Williams receives a $375,000 grant from Georgia Power Company. That grant is to increase traffic enforcement in and around Plant Vogel. According to the audit, the county wasn't notified about that grant either. Instead, the sheriff puts the $375,000 into his unauthorized bank account. In November, the sheriff files this mandamus or lawsuit against the county demanding full control of his budget, despite acting as if he already has control. County commissioners agree to give the sheriff control, but only over the number of deputies he hires and what he pays them. Shortly after the resolution, the county won the lawsuit against the sheriff's office to control the overall budget and county property. It wasn't until April of 2022 the county found out about the sheriff's unauthorized bank account, unauthorized county credit card, and the $425,000 in grants. That account was still open and being used by the sheriff 3 months after a judge ruled against Williams. While commissioners felt they were being kept in the dark, an independent accounting firm was shedding light on the sheriff's spending spree. More than $40,000 went to pay off his unauthorized credit card. Expenses including meals, hotel stays, and travel to meetings where the sheriff was paid to speak to the organization with or on behalf of Leaders Helping Leaders Network. According to the audit and pictures from social media, Sheriff Williams traveled out of state at least 10 times in a 6-month period, going to places like Tennessee, Arkansas, Massachusetts, and Florida. The sheriff confirms in the audit he did get paid to attend those events while using that unauthorized county credit card and grant money to cover some of his expenses. We reached out to the Leaders Helping Leaders Network about his pay and if he's reimbursed. In an email, they say, "We are currently cooperating with the GBI investigator. As a private company, we do not disclose our contractual information to the media." After the I-Team reached out to the Leaders Helping Leaders Network, Sheriff Williams was taken off the staff list of the website. Bank statements the I-Team obtained show the sheriff also spent more than $200,000 of grant money for events to boost his popularity, like a turkey giveaway, a toy drive, and to pay summer interns, including his own daughter. On July 14, 2022, the sheriff was ordered by the commission to turn over the remaining amount in that unauthorized bank account. The sheriff wrote a check to the commission for more than $217,000, zeroing out the account. In this timeline, between the moment the county was ruled the fiscal agent by Judge Stone to the time the sheriff turned over the account, it had been nearly 6 months. According to bank statements, during that time frame, the sheriff continued to use that unauthorized bank account and credit card.
The I-Team reached out to Burke County commissioners for an interview about the sheriff's spending habits. We have not heard back yet, but we'll keep you updated.
And right now, the district attorney is also reviewing the file from the GBI, looking into the sheriff's training records for a Waynesboro officer.
The I-Team is still looking into that case, and we're going to keep you updated just as soon as we learn more about that.
In less than an hour, the Barnwell High School football team will head back to Blackville. Sports Director Dan Booth has your live preview next at 6 o'clock.
NBC 26. Well, this just in, an 18-wheeler on fire on I-20 near the Washington Road exit, and check out the video there. A viewer just sending this video. This is happening on the eastbound side, right before exit 199, but it's affecting traffic in both directions. We're learning to find out more about if the driver is okay, but again, there's a slowdown east and westbound on I-20 right now after this truck fire.
We're also tracking a big traffic backup on Bombie Jones Expressway, giving you a live look at our Wheeler Road camera toward the eastbound lanes. Traffic slowing down to a halt, really a crawl right there. We're also working to learn what's causing this backup, and we'll update you as soon as we find out. But it does look like some flashing lights right there over by a couple of semis. We also have new details on the Burke County veterinarian who is still in the hospital after a dog attack. Dr. Emily Martin with Springwood Veterinary Clinic says she is healing as expected. She'll not be able to use her right arm for 6 weeks, but she is able to return to work next week. Years ago, we had the chance to talk to Dr. Martin while she was caring for her pet patients at her clinic. She's locally known for helping save an infamous dog named Tonka who was badly burned after a house fire. While she's recovering, other vets around the area are stepping in to help the Springwood Clinic any way they can. The dog who attacked Martin is in quarantine with Burke County Animal Services. We'll have more News 12 right after this break.
When a crane This place is my home. When I was little, I'd see Plant Vocal every day on my way to school. And today, I'm proud to say I work there. To see a pile of dirt grow into a working nuclear power plant is incredible. At Georgia Power, investments like these new nuclear units will serve our customers with reliable, zero-emissions energy for generations to come. And that is clean energy for a growing Georgia.
Your job. Thompson, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. We make buying easy.
For some people, getting pregnant can be one of the happiest moments of their lives. For others, it can be a time of grave uncertainty, not knowing their options, who to call, or what the first step should even be. At Life Choices Pregnancy Care Center, we believe every choice matters. All the services we provide are free and confidential. We are here to listen, answer questions, and help you through this challenging time. We believe every choice matters at Life Choices Pregnancy Care Center.
Ricky, you can't